few days ago I posted a video on proposal cringe, so I thought naturally to follow that we'll go with wedding cringe, but not just wedding cringe. Today we're going to be looking at wedding videos that should have stayed private. Before we get started, I just want to say about an hour ago I hit 500 subs, so I just want to say thank you very much for that. It puts a huge smile on my face. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get into it. I don't think it's ever that serious. Is the bouquet toss ever that serious to the point where you have to hunt down a woman to go steal it off her? In all fairness, I'm quite superstitious. Look at these guys behind me. These are supposedly haunted dolls. You alright, mate? Bleep, bleep, bleep. There's no way you can be so superstitious to be like, I want to get married next. And chase down the woman who caught the bouquet before you. If she does get the bouquet in the end, she won't be getting proposed to anytime soon. Because if her boyfriend or partner witnessed that, they'd be running for the hills. She's still going for it all. This is the random guy at the end hitting the get a load of this guy. She's so aggressive with it as well. Like, she's gotten away with a handful of petals at best. I don't know, maybe she wants to make potpourri. Potpourri, for all you guys who don't know what that is, I only learned that word the other day. That is in fact dried petals. The woman emoting on her at the end. She must have been drunk to have to do that. Chase down a woman, get aggressive, like it's a WWE. She surely must have been drunk to have to Subway Surfer chase someone. And if she's not drunk, what are you doing, love? Really, what are we doing here? If she is drunk, the anxiety is going to be crazy in the morning. Oh my god. Look on the bright side, at least you went out to an ABBA song. My beloved. In case you can't see it, that is in fact an ABBA poster. God, I love ABBA. If I fell through a table at my wedding, I'd want it to be to an ABBA song. How do you even face the rest of your guests after that? Just lying there in the middle of a table with Lay All Your Love On Me blasting in the background. Yep, I'm fine. The bar's still open, yep. Yeah, we'll cut the cake in a bit, yeah. I think I just called off the wedding at that point. The thing is, the important bit's done. Like, oh, I love you too, yeah. Like, that bit's done. Everyone can go home after that. But like I say, it's a banging soundtrack to bruise your shins and break your arm to. It's just the amount of trust she has in the table. There's no way she's like planned it beforehand. She just fully went for it. And the table's just split in half down the middle. Surely you do it on a full table rather than just party tables pushed together. Little hand at the end. No! It's very much a Mufasa in The Lion King. Long live the happy couple. Married 6 months to the only man who didn't flinch when I added a gunshot soundtrack to my walk down the aisle. I can't think of just one question to ask. There's so many questions. First of all, why have you added a gunshot soundtrack? Second of all, why are the others flinching? Third of all, why is that a criteria? That should have been my first question. Why is it a criteria not to flinch when there's gunshots down the aisle? Oh, I want them to have the reflexes of a starfish. The singular one at the end. I'm struggling for words. Why would you add gunshots to your wedding soundtrack? Are we okay? And what happened to the others? The caption implies she's made it to the wedding ceremony. She's walking down the aisle and all the other grooms are flinching. She spins on her heels and walks out. The phone call later. Why did you walk out on me in my wedding? Why would you do that? We were supposed to get married. Look, mate, you've got the reflexes of a Navy SEAL and I'm not having it. I'm just confused. I'm just completely and utterly perplexed. I don't know how to react to this. You've added a gunshot soundtrack, not just a singular gunshot, a soundtrack, to the wedding march to figure out if you do want to marry them. Bear in mind, she's already at the altar. This is the final test. That is a weird final test. Are we doing military training drills every night in the house? I'm confused and a little bit worried. The NFL cheerleader gets married. Just the husband sat there, sick honey, that's great. Obviously it's her day, she should be allowed to do what she wants, but it gets to a point where you've got to stop and think, maybe I don't want to do a full cheer routine. It's the husband's face, he's just like, yep, that's nice, that's nice. I think this is the most American thing I've seen. When your wedding looks like the end of one of those American low-budget comedies, then I think you messed up. This looks like the final scene in a film where, like, all the bridesmaids go on the hen do or whatever, and so many crazy, wacky things happen to them, and then they're like, Brittany, if you love this guy, then you marry him, okay? We all support you, even though we hate his guts. Cue the laugh track. The fact that they've had to get a choreographer in for that as well is just, it's so American. It's making me want to wear this hat. Any excuse to wear this hat and I'll take it. Look, I know I shouldn't be laughing because she's happy, but my heart is a void. That's how miserable I am. It's a black hole that sucks up people's happiness, never to be seen again into oblivion. If she did the worm, I'd think, yeah, sick, that's a classmate. Honestly, I'd do that at my wedding if I could do the worm. It's not it. Look, this clip has been on for 40 seconds and that is 40 seconds too long. There's still another minute and a half of this and I'm not sitting here and watching it when I could be doing better things in that time, let me be frank. Oh. Oh. The kid's fully like licking every last crumb of icing off the fingers and then going in for seconds. Kids are rotten. They just do anything. Like, kids eat sand with their bare hands. They don't know where it's been. And to think they've went like that. Like, rubbed it all over the face, licked the fingers clean, they've gone in for seconds. It's horrible. If I ever get invited to another wedding, which the last wedding I went to was my parents, and that was like 6 years ago, I'm not going to eat the cake on the off chance that there's kids there. This is why I actually agree with child-free weddings. Weddings with children are always just horrific, because the kids don't want to be there, realistically, unless you're under the age of like 6, and everyone's like, oh, look at you, you're so cute, like, look, here's a fiver, don't tell your mum, I'll buy you Coke, I'll buy you this, I'll buy you that from the bar. Because they're all battered. Sometimes they don't even know you, and they're like, oh, you're such and such's kid, aren't you? And you're like, yeah. Meanwhile, you don't know who they're talking about. You're just like, yeah, give me free stuff. If you're over the age of 6, weddings is just awful. At my parents' wedding, I made a lot of money because I told everyone my tooth fell out. So I was walking around with people going like, oh my god, look at that. I lost my tooth. I literally lost my tooth like an hour ago. What the hell? And then they'd go like, oh, here you go. He's a quid. He's 2 quid. That literally supplied me with the next 3 Robux purchases. Child-free weddings are fun for everyone involved. For the adults, because there's no kids annoying you all night. For the kids, because you're not being annoyed by drunk adults all night going, oh, look at you. You've grown, haven't you? Aye, I have. All right, Bertrude. I've grown. That's how aging works. That's why the last time I saw you, you didn't need a Zimmer frame. Me in the middle of my wedding ceremony, realising I'd made a terrible mistake. Let's have a look at this.
Pause for a moment. I just realized when I got up to the end of the aisle that I'm missing half of my dress. Maybe I could put it on now.
The relief he must have felt. Oh, thank God my wife's not leaving us, she's just an idiot. It's fine. How do you get down the aisle and realise, oh, I'm not fully dressed yet? I'm sorry, but how have you got out of the door? You've literally walked past multiple bridesmaids and, like, multiple people involved in the wedding, including people who knew what your dress was meant to look like. And you've managed to get out the door, missing this entire thing. Are you sure that's not just the canopy?
Okay.
I think it looked better without. I hate to be all, I don't know, but I think it looked better without the thing. Unless it was meant to be surprise. Whoosh. This is my real dress. Actual wedding dress. Reveal yourself. Like Paddy McGuinness. Such a stupid reference. Oh, she's not happy there, like. I mean, you wouldn't be. If the person who you literally just married, who just agreed to spend the rest of your life with you, comes at you with a handful of cake like that, shoves it in your face, make sure they get it all over your face, your beautifully make-upped face. As someone who's never ever been married before and probably won't be for another, I don't know, couple of decades, wedding makeup is expensive. Oh, she's really not happy there. Where she gets up full of venom. The switch is just flipped. She is raging here. I think she's ready to hunt him down. Get a rifle like that. Get a sniper. Instead of bullets, it's cake. Do that to me again. Do that to me again. I'm pretty sure you keep your wedding cake. That wedding cake was not kept. It was probably shoved in his face. All of it. Oh, that could have been a lot worse. This is why I agree with the no kids at the wedding. That kid genuinely tried to 2-foot the mom. In an ideal world, his sibling or something just comes in and 2-foots him. Someone commented the other day saying like, Lavana, why do your videos always end up with a kid getting like drop kicked or something? It's the only way to go, it really is. And if you're not careful, your youngest relative will be drop kicked by me. If you want to stop this from happening, like and subscribe. Imagine planning a whole wedding and your man does this. Just in case you didn't catch that, he's shown a sign that says help me on a display like that. Maybe I'm a little bit too woke. Maybe I've got woke man virus. Me personally, I don't think that's incredibly funny. I think there's very few places that you can pull pranks. And it's funerals, weddings, and court case maybe. He's definitely done that to impress the lads, like, oi lads, look at this lads. Lads, are you there lads? Lads, isn't this proper funny? This like lads. Extra funny, lads. Lads. Maybe I'm a little bit too woke. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm too woke? Or do you agree? Unfortunately, that's it for today. I know, you gutted. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also, again, thank you very much for 500 subs. It makes me very, very happy. But anyway, go binge watch all my videos, and I'll see you in another one. Bye.